Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Steph from Green Grow Love and today I am at my community garden. I'm going to convert a 70-litre bin into a compost slash worm farm bin at my garden so that I can put all of my scraps in there. Anyway, let's get into it. I have a 70-litre bin that I got from Bunnings here. I've got some bokashi mix just so that I can add that on top of the food scraps that I've got. At home, I did cut the bottom of the bin. It did take me quite a long time.
I recommend being very safe with this and researching how to cut through hard plastic.
So the bin's just going to go in this corner, which I already do have my compost there, but it's just going to be a bigger bin with a lid.
Time to get the tools.
So this is the community garden that I'm part of. So everyone has like either a 3x3 or a 6x3 garden plot in meters, and it's quite large. So mine's back at that corner, and you can go through pizza oven. Oh my goodness, look at that. So people leave things here when they don't want them, and oh my goodness, I've never seen a zucchini that size. It's massive. Oh my goodness. I'm going to try and lift it up and show you. Oh my god. Got the supplies. Let's go back to my garden. This is such a nice garden space, this person. Oh, look at their dahlias. And they have like 2 cute seats. I love it. First, I need to get that bucket out of the spot and make way for the big bucket. So I'm going to have to ruin a few plants, but I will probably try and save them and put them somewhere else, like this little one. That was fairly easy. This is the hole that was there. Not heaps of worms, but there were a lot of worms last time I dug some. Oh, there's one right there. But the size difference is going to be pretty amazing.
I'm making this compost bin for my food scraps from home, as the communal compost doesn't actually allow external scraps to be brought in. So here I am just digging around and making sure I have a perfect circle.
Alright, so I'm just measuring out where I want it to go. Making some indents. So I pull it out, and now I can see the circle that I've just made. So I've just dug that circle out a little bit so that see if it can fit. Which it fits in the circle. So what I'm going to do is I'm probably just going to backfill it now.
I added enough soil on the outside and the inside so that hopefully pests and rodents don't get into the bin and the bin doesn't move. In this bucket are the food scraps from my home, including a few old bananas, paper and veggie scraps. It has been sitting outside for a little bit too long and started decomposing in this bucket, making it a little bit slimy, mostly because it's green material.
Alright, so now I'm just going to put a bit of bokashi mix in.
The bokashi is a great accelerator to make scraps into compost.
It turns out there was a lot of flies in that old kitchen scraps bucket. So I'm just going to let it settle. I put a little bit of the bokashi mix in there, and I'll come back tomorrow and just see how it's going, and I'll give it another turn.
Over the next few days, I checked the compost to see how it was breaking down. I kept adding material to the bin, as you'll see in the next few clips. I'm going to try to make a 50-50 compost stacking method, which will allow half of the bin to be green material and 50% brown material. If you want a more in-depth compost tutorial, there are many great resources, including Charles Dowding's videos, but for now, I'm only learning. Alright, that gross thing's gone. Oh, is it? No. Well, I don't know. Alright, let's sneak peek in quickly.
Good morning, everyone. Beautiful sun rising this morning. It is day 3 of compost check. So it's looking good, smelling good. So I'm gonna top it up now with some compost and some brown matter.
Compost is great for your plants and soil as it provides the garden with nitrogen, nutrients, microbes and enzymes to help you get a great harvest and keep the plants happy. Compost check.
I am back with another compost edition and looking pretty good if I say so myself. Got the trusty spade. Alright, let's see.
By this day I hadn't turned the compost, so digging through the top most recent layer was great to find the scraps I put in over the last 2 weeks were already breaking down. And the worms were loving the compost and thriving, as you can see here.
While I'm here, I may as well show you our compost bin set up at the community garden. It's just down here.
The first compost bay is a byproduct of everyone's plants from their own plots. Weeds aren't allowed to be placed in here as the compost doesn't heat up and kill the weed seeds. Tomato plants are also not allowed as they can be filled with disease that will transfer to the rest of the garden. External food scraps aren't allowed as they may come with a lot of chemicals. The fresh garden product gets moved along from each bay, adding air every time it's turned. I even saw some people at the garden mowing some of it. This is a 5-bay setup and looks similar to Charles Dowding's setup for composting on his farm.
Okay, I probably need to get a bigger tool than this one. So I'm kind of doing a lasagna method, I guess.
This is one of the brown materials I'm adding to my bin. It has a lot of worms already that will help break down my compost.
Gosh, the worms. So hopefully they enjoy. That is going to be it for this compost video. I hope you've enjoyed this little snippet on how to make a compost bin. At the start I didn't really know what I was doing. I still kind of don't, but hey, isn't that gardening? I hope you've enjoyed and thank you so much for stopping by. I'll see you again in my next video. Bye for now. Gonna go home and cook some zucchini.